This week on Your City Now, the mayor outlines the state of the city. There's new strategies to serve the homeless, and the Westwood neighborhood gets some new art. These stories are just ahead on Your City Now.
We're doing the State of the City address a little differently this year, because for now, the best way to be together is to be apart.
Denver Mayor Michael Hancock delivered this year's address from the Denver Museum of Nature and Science on Monday the 27th, and here are some highlights.
I am proud of Denver's resolve and response to this pandemic. We were among the first to take the painful action to stay at home and mandate face coverings. We have never stopped working toward better ways to address the conditions of those experiencing homelessness, and we aren't stopping now. But these encampments cannot persist. COVID-19 is an extraordinary circumstance requiring an extraordinary response. That's why we are permitting temporary, and I emphasize temporary, safe outdoor spaces in more managed, safer, and sanitary conditions where people can be connected to critical services. This is the opportunity to once and for all triumph over disease and hate and rise as a society bonded together by our mutual fellowship and hope. I look forward to locking arms with you in triumph.
There are few challenges more urgent than serving residents experiencing homelessness. The Department of Housing Stability, or HOST, works around the clock to serve and stabilize these individuals. The department has recently released a video outlining their strategies and goals towards ensuring all Denver residents have a roof over their heads.
Housing stability is keeping people in the homes they're already in, as well as helping to prevent involuntary displacement to the best of our ability. We are looking to transform our sheltering system here in Denver from an emergency overnight crisis response to one that's more residential in nature. That shelter is the place where you go to get triage for your housing crisis and then get connected as quickly as possible to longer-term housing supports and services. That's the type of transformation that we see here in Denver. When we took some of these hardest cases, 85% of them, with those services and supports, remained housed 2 years later. 85%.
To watch the entire video and learn more about HOST, visit denvergov.org/housing. Wednesday evening, Takayama, Japan and Denver, Colorado celebrated their 60th year as sister cities.
Our relationship with Takayama, Japan is probably one of our strongest out of all 10 sister cities.
Dignitaries from both cities offered their continued support and shared videos celebrating their partnership.
Congratulations! 60th anniversary!
One highlight was a recently refurbished traditional Japanese float, a yatai, many of which are proudly displayed every year in the well-known Takayama Festival. Even though no Sister Cities members could personally travel to Denver or Japan this year, it was still important to mark this historic occasion.
Even though we have to do this virtually, the commitment is there, and I think this virtual celebration with Denver and Takayama, it's a testimony to how important our relationship is to each other.
A new art installation has a prominent placement in the Westwood neighborhood as part of the Denver Arts and Venues P.S. You Are Here grant program. Standing tall outside of the New Cottage Art School, the piece is inspired by the Lunar New Year and 2020's Year of the Rat.
This tree behind me is kind of at a high point of Federal. Everybody driving up can kind of see it from a distance, and driving down, from the other side can see it from a distance.
Elements within each piece reflect the different cultures that celebrate this tradition, as well as the arts taught within the school.
These ornaments in gold and red that are very powerful colors on the Asian communities, each of these rats came together as musicians. We were thinking about instruments and music that the school plays, and so we chose the guitar, and we chose the piano, and we chose the saxophone.
The piece is also designed to reflect the multicultural makeup of the area it lives in.
It's something that will completely, almost like a magnet, bring people together.
The installation will be on display for the remainder of the year. You can catch new episodes of Your City Now every Friday. Thanks for watching, Denver.